narcissists hope you never do this, because it makes them live with eternal regret. Today, we're embarking on a riveting journey, uncovering the surprising scenarios that evoke regret in narcissists. But before we delve into the depths of this exploration, a heartfelt shout-out to each of you for your unwavering support. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, be sure to tap that like button, hit subscribe, and spread the word. Now, let's delve into it. Have you ever found yourself entangled with a narcissist in a relationship? If so, you're likely acquainted with the labyrinth of complexities it entails. But here's the kicker. There's a particular action that can catch narcissists off guard. Can you guess what it might be? Stick around as we unravel this captivating theme, and feel free to share your own anecdotes in the comments. Let's dive in. So, you invested your all into the relationship, your time, your finances, your social circle, even your mental and emotional well-being. Yet, instead of reciprocating, the narcissist acted as a covert underminer, actively sabotaging your efforts while they sailed off in pursuit of greener pastures. The narcissistic cycle of abuse thrives on surreptitious strategies aimed at exploiting your generosity. While you poured your heart into the connection, they shamelessly siphoned, leaving turmoil in their wake. It's crucial to grasp that narcissists operate from a fundamentally distinct mindset. They shirk accountability, viewing individuals as disposable commodities to be utilized and discarded at whim. In their quest for fresh prey, narcissists gravitate towards novelty. Just as they seized upon you when you were the newfound fascination, they pivot once you've been depleted. Whether it's a rekindled flame, a resurfaced acquaintance, or an unfamiliar face, the pattern persists. Exploit, discard, and on to the next target. Plenty of elements perpetuate the whirlwind of narcissistic abuse, but amidst the chaos, one constant remains: the narcissists themselves. They possess a keen awareness of their psychological hold over you, relishing in the turmoil they sow. With the dexterity of a master manipulator, they seamlessly transition between personas, employing mind games to assert dominance. Living under the same roof as a narcissist feels akin to sharing space with two distinct individuals, sometimes benevolent, sometimes malevolent, and you're left to navigate the uncertain terrain, never certain which guise they'll adopt next. It's a veritable labyrinth, reminiscent of the dichotomy between Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, perpetually keeping you on edge about the nature of your relationship. So, how do you respond when your partner falls into a stoic silence or launches into a verbal barrage? For many, the quest for answers leads them to the vast expanse of the internet, seeking solace amidst the pandemonium. It marks the inception of a journey towards self-discovery and unraveling the enigma of narcissism. A journey the narcissist never foresaw, convinced they held you under their thumb from the outset. Upon reflection of the initial stages with the narcissist, you begin to recognize their calculated scrutiny, a meticulous assessment of your strengths and vulnerabilities. To them, you're but a pawn in their game of ego gratification and manipulation. With cunning precision, they ensnare you in their web of deception, gradually eroding your sense of self until you're ultimately discarded like yesterday's news. Then, without skipping a beat, they move on to their next conquest, leaving behind a trail of fractured connections in their wake. In the aftermath, the narcissist failed to anticipate your resilience. It's vital to emphasize this point, because they were fully cognizant of the pain they inflicted. They subjected you to relentless abuse, day in and day out, spanning weeks, months, perhaps even years. They understood it was a precarious situation, a ticking time bomb poised to explode, either with your departure or their discard, or worse, with you ensnared in their twisted web like a helpless victim. If this narrative resonates with you, feel free to share your thoughts below. Your identity became entangled with theirs, leaving you depleted and defeated as each passing day drained more of your vitality. But here's the twist. The narcissist never anticipated your journey of healing, enlightenment about narcissism, and embrace of your inherent worth, beauty, and inner fortitude, qualities they sorely lack. They ensnared you with falsehoods, manipulation, and coercion, convincing you that existence without them was inconceivable, a result of the trauma bond that kept you tethered, oscillating between euphoric highs and despairing lows like a tumultuous emotional roller coaster. This perpetual state of instability left you teetering on uncertain ground. Every attempt to connect with them, be it through calls, texts, or emails, felt akin to playing a perilous game of chance with their ever-shifting disposition. The narcissist intentionally maintained this state of imbalance to reinforce the trauma bond, ensnaring you further and rendering escape nearly insurmountable. Given the absence of narcissism 101 in conventional education, you were blindsided by this bond, grappling to comprehend why everything seemed to crumble around you, leaving you hollow and adrift. The narcissist's grip on your thoughts was relentless, a constant presence looming over your days and nights. Every message from them elicited an immediate response, a rush to divulge every detail of your life, only to be met with dismissive one-word replies or deafening silence. Sound familiar? Share your tales. Your attempts to please them were met with disdain. You were relegated to the role of an unpaid servant, forever apologizing and contorting yourself to meet their whims. Enveloped in the haze of narcissism or ensnared in the bonds of trauma, you remained tethered to the narcissist, oblivious to your own worth lurking in the shadows. Once they ensnared you, they diminished you further. Their interest waned, and they wearied of your presence. The excitement of the chase evaporated the moment they captured you. You became akin to a forgotten trinket gathering dust on a shelf, awaiting their sporadic attention. They vanished for hours, days, or even entire weekends, leaving you to ponder their whereabouts and activities. Were they scouting for a replacement, or did they seek fulfillment elsewhere, from friends, hobbies, travels, or possessions? While narcissists typically crave validation from romantic partners or friends, it could extend to family members or siblings. But here's the kicker. They never anticipated your resilience. You saw through their charade, understood the harm it wrought, and resolved to break free. Navigating life post-toxic relationship resembles a quest for a needle in a haystack, but that needle symbolizes your liberation. The narcissist never intended for you to unravel their deceit, heal, or forge ahead. They thrive on deception, masquerading as something they're not to retain their grip on you. But guess what? You've shattered the chains. You're embarking on a voyage of self-renewal and exploration, perhaps even extending a helping hand to others who've weathered similar storms. You're beginning to acknowledge your own worth and prioritize self-care, no longer falling prey to the narcissist's schemes. You've cut ties, blocked them, deleted their messages, and you're forging ahead. Here's the twist. Don't hold your breath for closure from your narcissistic ex. They're incapable of owning up to their errors or assuming responsibility because they view themselves as flawless. They'll continue to manipulate people like pieces on a chessboard in their game of affection, discarding them when they're no longer useful. That's why narcissists struggle to maintain enduring connections. With friends or family, they repel others with their antics. Their theatrics might deceive some, but survivors of their machinations see right through the charade. Escaping the whirlpool of a toxic relationship isn't a leisurely stroll on a Sunday, but those who break free can hold their heads high, having narrowly dodged a catastrophic bullet. And as for the narcissist, They're trapped in an endless loop, perpetually chasing validation from one unsuspecting victim to the next, always slipping through their fingers. The narcissist never imagined you'd bounce back from the ruins of the relationship. They underestimated your resilience, especially amidst the deluge of obstacles hurled your way, from the chaos of the pandemic to health scares, financial woes, and the suffocating embrace of isolation. Amidst it all, they sowed seeds of deception, poisoning the minds of others against you and further complicating your journey to recovery. They vanished after the breakup, unwilling to confront their own flaws. Like petulant children, they stewed in self-pity, hoping to drag you down with them. They cast you aside unceremoniously and swiftly moved on, leaving you grappling with feelings of abandonment once more. Sometimes they might try to trick you back into their lies, but it's important to stand your ground and not give in to their tricks. It's a huge accomplishment if you've been able to stay strong and avoid their tricks. It tells a lot about your path to healing and shows that the ego is slowly going away. Think back to the bad days after the breakup when you thought you'd reached rock bottom and couldn't see a way out. You may have had feelings that you had never had before. But guess what? Yes, you won. You found ways to deal with things, found comfort in support networks, and came out of the ruins stronger than before. Every day that you keep going is a huge win. Even though they tried very hard to break up with you, the relationship fell apart, just like all the other bad relationships they make. I say these things again not to belabor the point, but to emphasize the huge steps forward you've taken since those dark days, no matter how long it's been. Life is like a roller coaster, and your strength may go up and down. But staying away from the narcissist's toxic behavior will help you get stronger. Sorry about the mistake. Let's try it again. In the maze of bad relationships, finding the exit sign is very important. Cutting ties with someone becomes your safety and a shield against the narcissist's grasp. When hiding isn't an option, fitting in with the background or using the grey rock technique can make you seem less interesting to them. But here's the catch. The narcissist didn't expect you to be so strong. They made a mistake when they thought you'd give up under the pressure of their control and be stuck in their web forever. They wanted you to stay out of sight and be a victim of their mental battle. And if you gave up, they'd quickly move on to their next goal, leaving you behind as a forgotten victim of their ego-driven campaign. It's important to know this. Narcissists don't care about your healing process. Their goal is to hide the damage they've caused by lying and denying it. With this information in hand, you set limits, taking back your independence. Accepting the power of no makes them lose control, leaving them grabbing at nothing. Even though they are trying to control or stir up a response, you stand firm, a force that can't be moved by their storm. You are very strong to have made it through the chaos of a bad relationship. You come back to life like a phoenix from the ashes when you free yourself from narcissistic influence. You are not alone on your road to recovery, no matter how high you soar or how far you still need to go. Remember that the narcissist had no idea how you would change, but here you are, determined and unfazed. Let this moment mark the start of your journey to healing and strength. Thank you for being here, and may your day be filled with endless growth and happiness. One last thing. Before we go, we'd like to invite you to help us on Ko-Fi for as little as $1. Your donations help keep the material you love going and let us keep making more of it. Also, if you decide to become a member, we'll happily put your name at the beginning of our videos to show how much we appreciate your help. A small act like this makes a big difference, and every dollar helps us get better and grow. To join our Ko-Fi group and be a valuable part of our journey, click the link in the description. Thanks for thinking about it, and for being an important part of our community. Please give these feelings a thumbs up if they hit home for you. Get more positive videos by subscribing to our channel and share this video with someone who could use its advice. Check out the link in the description for a free book and the chance to get one-on-one sessions if you need more help and personalized advice. Your steady support helps us carry out our goal to inspire and empower. Hey there, welcome back to another episode where we delve into the intriguing world of narcissism. But before we dive in, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you for your unwavering support. Your viewership and subscriptions have been instrumental in the growth of this channel, and I truly appreciate it. Now, if you're new here, consider this your official invitation to join our community. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you stay updated on all our latest videos. Just click the subscribe button below, and you're all set to embark on this enlightening journey with us. Navigating the murky waters of dealing with narcissists is something many of us have encountered at some point in our lives. But fear not. Today, I'm here to equip you with some foolproof strategies to tackle these challenging individuals without compromising your own well-being. However, there are a few key points to keep in mind before we proceed. Confronting a narcissist can be akin to stirring up a hornet's nest. It's essential to ensure you're mentally and emotionally prepared for whatever may transpire. But fret not. Armed with the right knowledge, you can assert your dominance and effectively manage the situation. Without further ado, let's dive into some of the most effective techniques for dealing with narcissists. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on this invaluable insight. 1. Keep your emotions in check. When dealing with a narcissist, it's crucial to shield yourself from their manipulative tactics, even when it feels challenging. Narcissists thrive on eliciting emotional responses, but by maintaining emotional composure and staying composed, you deny them the satisfaction they seek. Refuse to allow them to dictate your emotions or exploit your vulnerabilities. Keep your emotions guarded and refrain from divulging personal details or sensitive spots that could be weaponized against you. Remember the wisdom of the Bible, which cautions against casting pearls before swine. Safeguard your innermost thoughts and feelings to prevent the narcissist from leveraging them against you. By refusing to react to their provocations, you send a clear message that their tactics hold no sway over you, ultimately weakening their hold on you. 2. Keep your hopes in check and accept what is real. It's time to shed the illusions and face the stark reality about the narcissist in your life. Strip away the tinted lenses and acknowledge their true nature, selfish and manipulative. Embrace the truth that expecting them to change is futile, and instead confront their behavior head-on. Rather than clinging to false hopes of honesty or kindness, focus on their actions over their words. Trust your instincts and be vigilant for red flags. Prioritize self-preservation over wishful thinking, embracing radical self-honesty even when it's uncomfortable. Surrendering unrealistic expectations empowers you to see through the narcissist's facade and protects you from further manipulation. 3. Use the power of silence. In the realm of dealing with narcissists, the power of silence is often underestimated. By withholding the attention and validation they crave, you strip away their ability to control the narrative. Refusing to engage with their manipulative tactics sends a strong message. You are unaffected by their games and refuse to be drawn into their drama. Your quiet demeanor and disinterest serve as a barrier against their attempts to provoke a reaction. By maintaining your distance and showing minimal engagement, you signal to the narcissist that their manipulative efforts are futile and unwelcome. 4. Recognize gaslighting and fight it. Gaslighting, a common tactic employed by narcissists, aims to undermine your confidence and perception of reality. It involves distorting facts, denying truth, and sowing seeds of doubt to cast doubt on your credibility. It's crucial to identify gaslighting and resist allowing the narcissist to distort your reality. Trust your instincts and experiences, refusing to succumb to their attempts to erode your confidence and sanity. Engaging in prolonged disputes with the narcissist only validates their manipulative tactics. Instead, respond with concise statements or brief answers to assert your boundaries and maintain your sense of self. 5. Keep careful records. In navigating interactions with narcissists, meticulous documentation is key. By maintaining thorough records of your conversations and engagements with them, you establish a concrete trail of events that can serve as evidence if needed. Save copies of all correspondences, including emails, texts, and letters exchanged, as they may prove invaluable in potential future disputes or conflicts. This comprehensive log of interactions serves as a safeguard against the narcissist's attempts to distort or deny reality. Relying on factual evidence rather than verbal assertions shields you from falling victim to manipulative tactics like gaslighting and manipulation. 6. Stay true to who you are. When navigating interactions with narcissists, it's vital to remain steadfast in your authenticity and values. Despite encountering adversity, resist allowing their negative energy or manipulative tactics to erode your core essence. Remaining aligned with your principles, beliefs, and integrity demonstrates resilience and strength, even amidst adversity. Narcissists often struggle to comprehend why some individuals maintain kindness, honesty, and positivity in the face of their attempts to provoke or control. By staying true to yourself, you disrupt their expectations and exemplify unwavering honesty. Prioritize your well-being and personal growth, allowing your actions and character to amplify your authenticity in the presence of narcissistic behavior. Thank you for joining us today as we explored effective strategies for navigating interactions with narcissists. When confronted with challenging individuals, these techniques can significantly benefit your mental and emotional well-being. If you found this discussion intriguing or valuable, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more insightful content. Your support is deeply appreciated and enables us to continue providing resources to empower our community. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Have you encountered narcissistic individuals? What strategies have proven effective for you in managing such interactions? Your insights could offer invaluable assistance to others facing similar challenges. Lastly, don't forget to share this video with those who may benefit from learning more about dealing with narcissists. Together, we can raise awareness about these issues and support one another through challenging times. Thank you once again for watching. Until next time, stay resilient and safe.
Today, we're delving into a topic that might resonate with many of you: the peculiar eating idiosyncrasies of narcissists. I've gotta tell you, mealtimes in my household felt more like navigating a minefield, especially with Dad at the head of the table. His eccentric eating habits transformed what should have been moments of familial connection into tense, uncomfortable affairs. I'd often leave those meals feeling drained and utterly perplexed, questioning why things had to be so strained. Reflecting on those experiences now, I realize just how detrimental those habits were to our family dynamic. And that's precisely why I'm here today, sharing my insights with all of you. In this video, we're going to dissect 5 peculiar eating behaviors commonly exhibited by narcissists. However, before we dive in, it's important to note, having these habits doesn't automatically classify someone as a narcissist. Human behavior is nuanced, and individuals exhibit a wide spectrum of actions. So, let's maintain an open-minded approach and consider the broader context. Alright, let's unravel these culinary quirks and uncover how they align with the narcissistic mindset. Brace yourselves, because you're about to gain some eye-opening insights. Let's set the scene. It's family dinner time, and my dad has an eager audience. He waits for everyone to settle in, then launches into these extravagant tales about his day. He boasts about putting someone in their place at work or outsmarting his colleagues, reveling in every moment as if he's the star of the show. As he spins these stories, you can practically feel the pride and arrogance radiating from him. We never quite knew if he was recounting reality or weaving a fiction, but one thing was consistent: he always cast himself as the hero. I dubbed it a Dell orgasm because it seemed like he was getting high on his own delusions. He inhabited this fantasy realm, and sharing these stories gave him an undeniable thrill. As children, we were completely drawn in. His fantasies became our reality, and we hung on his every word, treating them as undeniable truths. Even my mom played along, boosting his ego and adopting the role of his biggest fan. It was as if he held us all under his spell, and he relished every moment of it. Number 2, the perfectionist narcissist. These individuals take control to an extreme level, especially during mealtime. It's not simply about how they eat, it's about dictating how everyone around them eats as well. They meticulously oversee every aspect, from your posture to your chewing technique, and don't even think about deviating from proper utensil etiquette. To them, meals aren't just about nourishment, they're elaborate productions, with them as the directors and everyone else as unwitting actors. Any minor slip becomes an excuse for them to unleash their psychological torment, as if you've sabotaged their meticulously crafted performance. They view you as a mere prop in their pursuit of perfection, leaving no space for authenticity. Being yourself around them is impossible. Every action is scrutinized, every bite is critiqued. If you dare to exchange a glance with a sibling while chewing, prepare for endless criticism. It's cruel, robotic, and utterly absurd. But that's narcissists for you, particularly those fixated on appearances. While they may crave elegance and flawlessness, their true aim is control, manipulating every aspect of your life, right down to your table manners. Number 3, the group eating dynamic. It felt like a scene straight out of a cult movie. Imagine sitting around the dinner table with your family, but instead of warmth, there's an eerie tension lingering in the air. That's the reality I faced in my household, courtesy of my dear old dad. He was fixated on the idea of family meals, preaching about their supposed ability to foster bonds and unity. But in truth, it was merely another opportunity for him to assert his control. If we didn't all gather together, it was as if we were violating some sacred decree. Who would he target if we weren't all present to witness it? Who would he shame or manipulate to satisfy his craving for attention? The atmosphere was suffocating, as if we were bound by some twisted pact. Regardless of how late he arrived, how disinterested we felt, or how unappetizing the meal was, we were required to sit at that table and endure his tyranny. Enjoying our food was a distant dream, the mere thought was laughable. It's no wonder many survivors of narcissistic abuse have a complicated relationship with food. For some, it offers solace. For others, it serves as a painful reminder of the trauma they endured. Can you really blame them? Number 4, the animalistic eating habits. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about table manners. Imagine sitting down for a meal with your family, only to feel like you've stepped into a chaotic zoo. These narcissists seem utterly oblivious to the concept of proper dining etiquette. They chew with gusto, talk with their mouths full, and couldn't care less about the discomfort they cause others. It's as if they're in the midst of a feeding frenzy, devouring their food as if it's their last meal on earth. Asking them to chew quietly is akin to inviting a full-blown argument. I'll never forget the time I inquired about my dad's thoughts on the food, only to receive a bewildering response. He simply asked, "What is taste?" Can you fathom it? To him, food was merely sustenance. Regardless of its appearance, aroma, or flavor, he'd consume anything without a second thought. But here's the twist: dare to criticize their behavior, and they'll swiftly deflect blame onto you. Instead of owning up to their lack of manners, they'll accuse you of hypersensitivity or even question your hearing. It's exasperating, but par for the course with these narcissists. They'll go to great lengths to evade accountability for their actions. Number 5. Food control. Get ready, because we're delving into the unsettling realm of food control, where narcissists wield your diet as a weapon to manipulate and demean you. Picture this: you're about to enjoy a meal, but instead of savoring the flavors, you're tiptoeing around the narcissist's scrutinizing gaze. They're monitoring every morsel you consume, poised to unleash comments that chip away at your self-esteem. They dictate the quantity you eat, instilling guilt for even the slightest indulgence. It's as though they're monitoring your every forkful, decreeing what's deemed acceptable and what's not. Should you dare to challenge their rules, they'll swoop in, arrogantly helping themselves to your plate as if bestowed with divine authority. I've witnessed it firsthand. My father frequently employed this tactic, leaving my mother and sister feeling as though they had no right to relish a meal. He claimed it was for their benefit, but in reality, it was a bid to assert dominance. Should you attempt to assert yourself, prepare for a battle. I recall a time when I lacked appetite and declined a meal, only to be met with his explosive fury. He forcibly fed me until I could bear no more. The twist? They'll twist the narrative, portraying themselves as victims and casting you as the antagonist. With guilt-laden remarks like "consider the less fortunate," they seek to justify their abusive conduct. It's not merely about food, it's about dominance and control. Sadly, in the presence of such narcissistic figures, autonomy and self-respect are mere illusions. It's their way or the highway, and dissent comes at a hefty cost. Which dining quirks of the narcissist resonate with you? Share your encounters in the comments section below. Your narrative could offer solace to those navigating similar circumstances. As we draw the curtains on this segment, I extend heartfelt appreciation for your presence. Your backing is immensely valued. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video to spread awareness and support others along their path to recovery. Additionally, explore the complimentary ebook and contemplate booking a personalized consultation using the provided links in the description. Until our paths cross again, let's persist on this journey toward healing together. Take care, and catch you soon.